Hey, what's up, everybody? Let's talk about energy vampires and energy generators. A super important topic. I think will help us a lot in life to be able to identify these people or identify these traits within ourselves. First of all, what is an energy generator? What's an energy vampire? Energy generator is someone who is able to make themselves happy or bring happiness out of themselves, that wholeness out of themselves in the right way. Whether it's creativity through work, you're usually going to find energy generators are people who get into the profession of healing because they're able to cultivate and gather and strengthen themselves and grow this energy. It can sometimes overflow and they can pass it on and energize other people. So the energy generators are going to be inspiring people, motivating people, energizing people, people who make you feel better, heal you. They're healers at the end of the day. On the flip side, you're going to have the energy vampires. Energy vampires, pretty much like, the name says it all. They're people who are going to suck your energy. They're going to bring you down. They're going to make you feel like crap. They're going to hurt you. Usually it's because they want to take you down to their level. They feel better when everyone else is in the same boat as them. So misery loves company, right? Now, I believe personally that we all come into the world as energy generators. We're all able to create our own energy. It's just that some of us lose our way. Usually it's earlier on in life when we're children. Something happens along the way, and I'll go into it in more detail on what those things could be. But something happens along the way where we wind up learning the wrong things, learning to get love and attention from the wrong places. And if that happens at an early age, it can be learned and it can become a habit and it can become a way of life and it can become difficult to later in life change that habit. Always possible, but it can be difficult. Whereas from an early age, energy generators tend to have found love and attention and happiness in healthier places, whether it's being creative, drawing, being involved with sports, right? It can be a host of many different things. At an early age, if you get your attention from the wrong places, for example, teasing people, you realize, oh, I can get attention by teasing, or I can get attention by creating conflict. Decadent ways of receiving attention. Destructive ways, toxic ways. Okay? But at the end of the day, both energy vampires and energy generators are feeding off energy. It's just what are their sources of energy? One's the healthier source, healthier for themselves, healthier for their environment, for the people around, and the other is a more destructive source, where they're taking either from themselves or taking from others around. So for change, I've actually made some notes here. So hopefully we'll be able to cover everything without missing anything out. So here I have written down as one of my first notes is usually energy vampires tend to give to people because there is still an exchange going on. But what they are giving to people tends to be easy things, simple things. What I mean by that is if an energy vampire is a female energy vampire, what she could be giving in the relationship is just, again, like I said, it's easy, simple. It's her hotness. She could be hot. And what she's giving is her body, her hotness, her giving up some sex, right? that could be what she's giving, sex. In exchange, she's going to drain you. She's going to take your love, your energy, and in her mind, it's a fair trade. For the energy vampires who are male, what they could be giving that in their idea is, well, I'm giving, so I can take. And what's easy for them, it could be money. So you could have a male energy vampire who is using his wallet, his financial strength to get what he wants, right? And at the end of the day, it's always going to be energy. That's what people want. And where does energy come from? It comes from attention. That's why everybody wants to be famous and powerful. It's why everyone wants likes on Facebook or social media, because we get attention. And that attention makes us feel whole. But energy generators have found a way to feel whole and energized and motivated and inspired in life, not from external sources, not from other people, not from likes. They're able to do it by playing their guitar, by painting something, by being creative, by achieving in sports. Now, I believe a lot of this happens early in childhood. As I say, I believe we all come into the world the same. Energy, not identical, but we come into the world with that ability to generate energy. It's just some of us, as I said, we leak our energy. We leak it on external things, looking outwardly for love and attention. And it's toxic and it drains us. Meanwhile, others, the energy generators, are able to protect, are able to cultivate and to save, nurture their own energy. So as I said, energy vampires usually give easy things away. So the reason why we're drawn to them is for the wrong reasons. It's because they're hot, they're good looking, or because they have money, they have a fancy car, whatever it is. Okay? But always easy things have a price. You pay the price for them. So if you're going to be with, not all hot women and hot guys are going to be energy vampires, but it's a shockingly high number that's out there. They for sure exist. So the note says energy vampires usually give easy things in return. Money, sex. They could be a hot people, hot girl, hot guy, or they could just be rich. And they give those things and in return expect to drain you, drain us for our compassion, our energy, our love. All right? And then I go on here, this is note number 2. It could be that we're all born as energy generators, but in an early age, some of us turn into vampires. Most likely causes is that from an early age made a habit to get love from the wrong places. It could be getting into porn from an early age and realizing, oh, I'm getting satisfaction and excitement and energy. I'm feeling motivated from this source. Rather than it coming from within, it's coming from an external source. And not just porn, destructive, other decadent bad habits. It could be teasing others, as I say, causing conflict. When there's kids that they cause conflict and they realize, wow, I can get attention by teasing, by causing conflict, by being difficult. So they learn that if I do this action, the reward is attention. And that's what they want, the attention. But the type of attention is toxic. It's not healthy. And imagine becoming dependent on toxic attention. You can grow up to be a disruptor, to be a destroyer, to be a toxic force in this world, where you're going to be thriving off chaos, right? Donald Trump is a classic example of, of someone who's like that. But there's a lot of examples. I'm sure, hopefully this video will help you understand more who the people are in your life and what their intentions are and why they might behave in the way they do, and why you might be behaving in the way you do. I don't believe that it's a black and white topic, that you have 100% energy vampire or 100% energy generator. I believe there will be a mix. You might have a mix of both going on, and we can always come into balance, and I'll talk about that in the video later on. So, easy attention, right? Making a habit from an early age to get attention in an easy way. If you're super attractive, dressing slutty, right? Or dressing just in a way that's going to attract attention. But is it the right type of love? Is it the right type of attention? Of course not. It's not. You're going to be getting short-term, and you're going to need a lot of it. You're going to need it consistently. It's going to age you. It's going to wear you down. It's going to give you a very skewed perspective of the world, because the type of people that will be attracted will be toxic, attracted to you for the wrong reasons, for sex, for money, to use you. It's going to be people who are going to be using you for one reason or another. And when you're used by people, you're going to be hurt. And the more and more hurt you get, the more you turn into an asshole, whether you're a girl or a guy. And it's just a vicious, unpleasant, sad existence, right? And it just makes your life more miserable and the lives of others more miserable. But as I said, there's ways out of this. So let's see where the notes go here. Whereas energy generators get attention from the healthier places, working hard for their attention, creating, achieving in sports, in music, creating, painting, building things, and validating themselves. When you're able to create something, it takes effort, it takes work, but when you see the fruit of your labor, there is a sense of achievement that you are giving yourself. It's not that you need someone to say, wow, that's amazing. Even although when you're an energy generator and you heal someone, or you give someone a great massage and they feel good, that's rewarding. So energy generators also receive attention, but it's a healthier type of attention. It's more of a genuine type of love and appreciation. It's a type of attention that creates relationships, long-lasting relationships. You write a beautiful piece of music by spending a lot of years learning to play the guitar, learning how to write music, learning how to write good music, and then you release it out in the world, and you'll have genuine love, genuine fans, people who will follow you, and sometimes you can have die-hard fans that will be hooked and want to pay more attention. It's a healthier attention, and with those fans, with those supporters, it can become family, it can become friends, and that's how we grow our tribes. That's how we grow more powerful. On the other hand, energy vampires usually are lonely, empty, toxic, and they suffer more. They're more bitter. They have more anger. They have more emptiness within them. It's not to say that they can't fill that up again. Of course they can. It's just now they've created a habit, an addiction to the wrong places, to the wrong sources, right? And it's usually material things, right? Material sex, physical attraction, bodies, money, cars, watches, things that don't really give you that. It's the same as you can compare it to food. You're going to have whole foods, foods that take a while to cook, but when you eat them, they're just ridiculously delicious, and not only delicious in your mouth, but your body feels energized and it builds your body. And then you're going to have fast food that's super tasty, but it's crap. As soon as it gets down here, it's literally crap. And there's hardly any nutrition in it. In fact, it's the opposite. It hurts you, gives you cancers eventually, gives you all kinds of illnesses. Okay? So my notes go on now to say that this can be caused because at an early age for two reasons. It could be that you're getting spoiled for attention at an early age, and then you learn to depend on that, and you're going to need it. It could be also the opposite, lack of the correct type of love growing up. Could be absent parents, absent father. There's tons of female energy vampires out there. You can call it with daddy issues, right? It didn't receive that love, that validation that you're great, I love you, I'm proud of you from their father. And so they try to forever fill that hole with the wrong type of attention, easy attention, by dressing slutty, by being sexual, by being flirtatious. It's easy. It's not hard. You don't have to work for it that much. And they, as I said earlier, they wind up getting used by men for the wrong reasons, for sex. Men who use women for sex usually leave or treat those women like shit. And it works the other way. There's men out there who also lack, could have an absent mom or an absent dad. And in return, they wind up looking for that love, that validation, also in the wrong places. A lot of men are involved with, a lot of men with daddy issues, because men have daddy issues too, but it manifests differently. You'll see them in martial arts and fighting. They are drawn towards a male father figure in the coach. And I see it all the time in the gyms. The coaches become like fathers to a lot of the fighters out there. That's not an unhealthy place to go, though. Coaches. If you're attracted to sports, music, things like that are always healthy, healthier at least, than to go towards, a pimp, or working at a strip club, or working for someone who's abusing you, treating you like shit. And then people can learn and think that, well, that's how it is. It's normal to be treated like shit. And then if they're not treated like shit, they feel something's wrong. It also goes down to self-hatred as well. Wanting to be treated like shit. Hating your life. Hating your life, why? Because you're lonely, because you're empty, because you have this void, right? So you want to be treated like shit. You want more pain. You're in this fuck it mentality of just fuck it, bring me more pain, right? That sad thing about that is it usually winds up hurting other people, hurting good people. Why? Because energy vampires, yes, you guessed it right, are attracted to energy generators. Energy vampires are attracted to energy generators. Why? It makes sense, right? Because at the end of the day, energy vampires tend to understand each other. When they meet, they're like, oh yeah, I know what you're up to. I know what's up. They know each other. Whether they're male and female or female and female, when energy vampires meet, or when you can call them dicks or assholes meet, they know each other. They click with each other. Doesn't mean they become friends. So, in the same way, let's go to my notes here. So, They truly feed off energy generators. So energy vampires tend to understand and click and get along with each other, but what they truly want is an energy generator. That's where they get their energy. That's what they need. But as I said, they understand each other. Which is why you'll see a lot of non-creative people with creative people. You know, opposites tend to attract each other because we give each other what we need. Meanwhile, energy generators tend to understand and click with each other. So energy generators really get along with each other. They're giving, they're inspiring, they're motivating people, they build each other up, and they do very well for each other. But I've noticed energy generators, while they click and understand each other, similar to the energy vampires who need the energy generators need energy vampires. They get fulfillment out of giving. And who takes more than an energy vampire? So they're the ideal people for, not ideal in a good way, but the deception, the confusion that's happening with the energy generators is they feel like this is the right person for me, this feels good because I get to serve my purpose. I get to be who I am. I want to give. I want to heal. I want to fix this person. So energy generators are usually attracted to broken people, right? And I'm going to fix this. I will fix this person. I'll change this person. You know, he's got all these problems, but I can see the potential in him. And yes, energy generators can see the potential, can see the good. They're more positive. They have a positive outlook. And they love fixing things. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video, it's not black and white. You're not going to get 100% energy vampire. You're not going to get 100% energy generator. Right? So, let's read the notes. They're helping. Meanwhile, energy generators tend to understand and click with one another, but these relationships can also be limited as givers need takers, or need receivers, more accurately. And two energy generators can eventually get sick of each other. Why? Because they're both serving, let's say like it's like two bakers next to each other serving each other bread. Like, I've got my own kind of bread. I don't want your bread. Like, I'm generating my own kind of energy. The other person's generating their kind of energy. It can be too much energy. All right, we need someone to receive it, right? So, two energy generators can eventually get sick of each other as they are both creating an abundant amount of different types of energy, unique types of energy. And we all want our own customers if we're a baker, right? I'm going to create my own type of bread and I want my own customers. Baker next door is going to want his or her own customers too. We can't be customers for each other, right? So ultimately, the satisfaction and happiness for energy generators comes from people needing them and feeding off them, okay? All right. I go on here in the notes to say that there is nothing wrong with that, and there is nothing wrong with that, okay? But it needs to be in check. It needs to be in balance. Extremes are unhealthy. So we're all here to support and provide different needs for each other. However, understanding what we can do to strengthen ourselves, bring ourselves more into balance, can help make our experience on this planet much more enjoyable and less miserable, less painful. So in the end here, final notes. How to bring yourself into balance if you feel that you do have more characteristics of an energy vampire. Well, if you're more of a taker, practice giving more. Give to charity more. Give your time more to people. Listen more. Ask more questions. Motivate people more. Inspire people more. Give people compliments more. Those are just a few examples. Oh, I'm getting a call here from one of my clients. It's a bit early. So hopefully he's not going to call again. I still have 10 more minutes left. All right, so I'll wrap this up real quick. And if you're a giver, an extreme giver, you can benefit from taking more, or not necessarily taking more, receiving more. Go out and get a massage. Train yourself to receive. Go get a foot massage. Practice not being so nice. If you say sorry a lot, reduce it. Become aware of every time you say sorry. Try to reduce it. Okay? There's plenty of good alternatives for the word sorry. You can say, I don't know, post some, recommendations below. I guess excuse me is a good one. Sorry, guys. So, energy generators can benefit from receiving more, okay? No need to apologize so much. No need to be overly nice, overly kind. Think of ways that you can be, I'm not saying be a dick, but you don't have to be overly nice. If you're in a line, if you're, trying to please people a lot, just reduce it. Reduce how much you say sorry. Reduce how much you say thank you. Reduce it just a little bit. It will do you good. It will do you good. Why? Because more than ever, we need strong, good people out in the world today. We need strong energy generators who can fight, who can stand up for themselves, who can identify toxic people, who can engage with toxic people, who know how to engage with them. And the way that you engage with them is not going to, know your enemy. Know your enemy. Not saying they are the enemy, but I like that expression. Know your adversary. Know who you're dealing with, whether it's your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your client, your coach, whether it's someone you're seeing at work all the time, whether it's your brother or sister. If they are an energy generator or energy vampire, understand where they're coming from, where they might be coming from. All right, got to jump into a session now. Thanks for listening. Hope this video helps, and sending everybody out there all the very best. Balance. Try to bring yourself into balance. Adios for now. Bye.